Hey, TomGirls, welcome back. Yay, we're back. I missed you guys so much. We're going to get right to it today. We have actor and drummer Amanda Grace Benitez. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Coming back to TomGirl, where we talk all things sports, entertainment, fashion, and adventure. I first just want to say so much thank you for waiting for me for 3 weeks. I appreciated all the nice support and tech messages and love you guys sent to me and my dog. I'll let you know Marley did have her radiation and she's recovered right now, and we got some energy back, so she's doing much better. So I really, really appreciate you guys' patience. But today we have a very special guest. Welcome, Amanda.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Right, so you guys know her from The Ranger and the upcoming The Bucket List, and she is also a drummer. So we have an ultimate TomGirl here today. So lots of fun things to talk about. Let's first talk about your new projects.
Yes.
So let's talk The Ranger. Tell me all about
this. Oh my gosh,
this.
The Ranger was such a blast to make. I actually just got back from Sitges Film Festival in Barcelona, where we just found out about our distribution news, which is super exciting. It was so much fun.
And when is it going to be out for everybody to see?
2019.
Okay.
That's all I can give away right now.
All right. Now, can you give a little more of the... I know you can't give away a lot of details with the film, but like tell kind of the premise, your character, things you loved about it.
Totally. So The Ranger, it's about 4 punk kids that end up going to this warehouse party. There's a new drug on the street called Echo. Everyone's on it. Things get out of control. The cops come. And something happens. I can't give away a spoiler, but it makes us kids, us punk kids, have to go to the forest to relocate, where we come face to face with a park ranger, axe to grind.
Uh-oh.
And I play Amber.
Yeah. What do you like about Amber?
Well, she is a lot like me when I was 13, 14 years old in high school, except she's so much cooler than me. Everything that I wanted to do, dye my hair, pierce my nose, I wasn't able to do that. But I got to relive all those glorious years with Amber and get to do everything I wasn't able to do when I was in high school, which was pretty cool.
What did you find out about yourself, like playing a role like that?
What did I find out about myself? That I guess I'm crazier than I thought, because I was able to pull a lot from within myself. And I thought, oh my gosh, I never knew that I was so close to Amber in that way. That was really interesting.
And how was the audition process for this?
The audition process was interesting because I knew the executive producer. I did a film a while ago called All Cheerleaders Die, which we went to Toronto and then got distributed through Sony. But the executive producer, Andrew Van Den Houten, he and I stayed close for a long time. He called me up one night at like 11, 12. Are you up? Okay, anyway, I want you to read for this project. And he told me all about Jen Wexler, who's the director, and about everybody involved. So he sent me over the script. I read it, and then I actually taped. I self-taped because everybody was located in New York.
Okay.
So I auditioned like everybody else, and then I found out a week and a half later that I booked it.
Now, let's go to the All Cheerleaders Die for a second, because I did watch this in preparation. You
did? No way.
Yes,
That's
talk about
so
this one anyway.
funny.
Yeah. No,
That's so funny.
So tell people a little bit about that one that maybe haven't seen it.
Oh, wow. Prepare yourself for just a ride. I mean, we cover all the bases. We have some vampire-style zombie things that happen. It's a bunch of girls that end up, finding out that they have magical superpowers, and just get ready for cheerleaders that really come after you.
Yeah, it was crazy because I remember calling my attention right at the beginning where they're doing I forget what they call them, stunt or whatever, and the girl lands on her head.
That's Felicia Cooper. Yeah.
Yes.
That
was also on Bold and the Beautiful, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, I was like, oh, this just gets right into it. But then you girls also like die and then come back to life because one of the, right? It's like,
we die, we come back to life, and then we kill people vampire style. It's great.
Kill the jock boys in the high school.
Yes, I definitely got out all of my ex-boyfriend angst in that film. That was a trip.
A great movie for October, you guys. I mean, Halloween time when you really want to kind of watch those kinds. Are you a horror film fan yourself? No.
I'm a really big baby. I mean, even with like commercials, I have to change them. It scares me. But being on set and creating horror films, it's such a blast. I wish I could actually take that knowledge that I have when I'm creating a horror film and go sit in a movie theater and enjoy it, but I still can't. Especially if it has anything to do with real life or exorcism. I just can't.
Yeah.
My nightmares.
I'm with you on the exorcism. I actually really do like scary movies, but the exorcism ones, I don't. Like, it just took it too far for me. Like,
oh, yeah, nightmares.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's great. Yeah. Showering, I can't have to leave my eyes open while I'm scrubbing my hair and the soap just gets in my eyes because I'm freaked out. There's going to be somebody on the other side. Can't do it.
Yeah.
I just don't do it.
Oh, well, okay, let's go back to the Ranger. I had to talk about the cheerleader's eyes. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to ask her about this.
That's so funny.
What really, it was 80s, so it's throwback to 80s horror films for the Ranger. So what kind of throwbacks are there in there? Do you know?
Throwback to 80s horror thriller? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I haven't watched much 80s horror, but all the music. So I'm really big on the music. It's all 70s, 80s music, which was cool. You know, even there's a song at the end which isn't technically punk, which is Duran Duran. So then, you can get the vibe of the film.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I think the film has such an epic soundtrack, and that's all due to Heather Buckley. She really put it together nicely. So that's the only thing I could tell you is a throwback. Also, if people are familiar with Lisa Frank, I'm a 90s kid, but Lisa Frank was really big also in the 80s. So it's just bright colors, think comic book, glitter. I mean, there's something very interesting with all of the scenes that involve blood. Our makeup artist actually incorporated glitter and everything. So everything is really stylized and cool.
Oh, very fun. Yeah. Were there anything that surprised you working on this film?
Yeah, that I'm able to do. There's so many situations, especially with horror films, where you have to do certain things over and over and over. And, if you've already seen the film, which there have been a handful just with different festivals, but there's scenes where I'm lying on the ground. I don't want to give it away, but I was on the ground for hours. And I guess something that surprised me was I was able to just keep going. I always pressure myself and stress on myself to always give everything my all. So that's something that's really cool that I get to take away from everything is when I watch something, it's like, okay, cool. We did that for 6 hours, but I'm really glad that it's what Jen, the director, wanted. And that always surprises me. Yeah.
What is kind of your methods or how you get into roles?
I used to not say this, and now I do say this. I pull a lot from within myself and different experiences that I've had in life. So I do a lot of method acting, which is just, especially if somebody's dying or whatever it is. I never stay in that situation. I never like to bring a certain energy on set and make somebody feel uncomfortable. But definitely during a scene or two, or how I prepare, is I try to really connect with everything, just so that I make sure that the audience always feels everything that I'm doing, and it's a really natural raw performance, not something that's I really dislike, and I always talk to different actors about this. I don't like it when something is performed a certain way or said a certain way, because then it's not authentic.
Wait, what kind of training did you do?
I did Groundlings, which was just for improv. I've been to almost every school, so many different acting schools. I remember my parents both said, well, if you're not going to go to college, then we'll invest every cent we have into acting classes, like we would if you were in college. When I was in high school, they were doing all of this. And
nice, Mom.
My mom's
We got Mom in here.
Yeah, but yeah, I pull little things from every single school, but the schools I didn't like were the ones that they, always told us that, it's so hard. And it's really not, because ever since, when you're a little kid, you're already playing pretend and make believe.
Yeah, it's probably getting out of the way as you get older, right? When you start shutting that stuff down, so it's opening that stuff back up.
Don't show emotions. Don't show that you care. And this is all about show everything.
Yeah. That's great. So let's talk about, you have another fun project coming out too. And we can swear here, so we're just going to say the fuck it list, right? How are you technically saying that?
The F it list.
The F it list.
F with an asterisk.
I see the F asterisk CK list. So I was like, list? No, just kidding.
It's weird. Our working title is The List. So I just say the F list. Yeah. It's kind of fun to say, but
so this fun. One, big cast in this one.
Yeah.
So do you want to say, so it's like Peter Facinelli,
Well, Jerry O'Connell,
yeah.
he is fantastic. We also have little Miss Madison Eisman, who's such a joy to work with. She's on like Goosebumps and just different films. Eli Brown, who looks newer to the scene, but he's going to be on the show called The Perfectionists, which is the Pretty Little Liars spinoff.
Nice.
Yeah, and Peter Fascinelli, who's super cool, and Cameron, I don't remember her last name.
I got
Something.
Manheim.
Yes, there we go. So yeah, no, we just have a really great cast, which is always fun. Yeah.
So this one, the premise of this one is the high school senior who makes a list of things that he was too scared to do, right, in high school, and then he goes viral, goes back and does them, and then mayhem happens.
Mayhem happens, and I play Stacy Blau. I'm the best friend to basically the entire group, along with Madison, and I help plan the ultimate senior prank, and I also help that list go viral.
Is there, so you're kind of a little instigator in this one.
Yeah, that's always fun to play.
And what was most fun about this role for you?
Most fun about the role was actually behind the scenes. I mean, you know, during the scenes and with the role, it was cool because I got to play myself. So I'm not saying I'm an instigator or I'm that type of person, but, you know, she very much hits home. But off of set, I mean, Eli, all of us, we were all like singing and dancing and always having so much fun and pranking each other. It was such a joy when you don't take yourself so seriously in this whole, you know, entertainment industry. It's fun to just relax and act like, you know, young and not just be little adults all the time.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah.
That's great that you had a group that you could do that with there.
Yeah.
Are you able to say, I don't know if you can give us more information about the film. Are you able to say like some of the things that were on the list?
I don't know.
want to get you in trouble.
Probably actually not.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could just give a hint. I mean, generally, you know, he had parents that wanted him to do absolutely everything possible to get into every college. So whether that was taking a special course or an AP class or a sports team, I can't give away too much. But, you know, those types of things, he really wished he could just say F it and just date the girl of his dreams.
Where did you shoot this one?
All over. Italy, I didn't get to go. But Pacific Palisades, the Pacific I can't remember but it was like a little market area. Pacific Palisades. What was that? Village. Mom, to the rescue. Pacific Palisades Village, all over like Encino area with the homes and Italy. Just like 3 little different areas.
Now, do you have a list of things that if you were to go back to high school, things that you wish that you weren't scared to do or things that you had done? What are some of those?
Well, I didn't have parents that pressured me to do anything except follow my dreams. But I would say, you know, things about like caring about what people think of me. I wish I could say F it. If I could go back, I would have such a better experience. That's actually my number one. I'm going to leave it at that because that really affected me. And I think it affects everybody growing up.
Yeah.
What does so-and-so think of me? And they're so crazy about thinking about their own life and what they think other people are thinking of them. That, you know. Oh, high school.
Yep. Let me see. So not considering high school, it's also about doing things that, you know, that scare you. So what in life what scares you in life?
The dark, acceptance, love, hate, jealousy, the isolation tank. That I recently did. That was terrifying. Do you
Tell
know
me about that. No.
Oh my gosh. They have like 2 locations, but it's this place where you go and it's this little room and there's a little kind of like a jacuzzi, but the water is your body temp and it's loaded. I think they said 1,000 gallons of Epsom salt. So you float and you float for a 3-hour minimum in the dark. That was really scary.
Wow. 3-hour minimum, huh? So you were in there for 3 hours.
3 hours. 3 hours just thinking. And then every single time I tapped the wall, it freaked me out. Yeah, it was very scary.
What are you supposed to get out of that?
Meditation, purity, coming out, feeling like clear-minded, that you thought everything out.
Was that your experience? Or was it like too much panic being in there?
Panic. A little bit. I took a nap, and I felt like I was like floating in circles. That was pretty much it. I didn't have this like moment of, oh my gosh, I see the light, really.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was a cool experience.
Were you asked to do that, or was that something you wanted to try?
I just wanted to try.
Yeah.
And I took my boyfriend along for the ride. It's great.
What did he think?
It's like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but and made these weird Instagram stories about it. But he liked it. I know he did.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
It's a good relationship, trying new things together, right?
It was so weird. Yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, funny. Okay, I know I want to ask more about that movie, but I guess I can't really because there's not much you can say anymore.
Well, go for it.
Okay. Well, let's ask what surprised you most on that one, or what? Yeah.
What surprised me most about that one? That I would be cool with wearing my natural hair every single day. No, I don't know. I mean, what surprised me about it? It always surprises me working with different directors. This director in particular, he was able to get different emotions out of me that I never really thought were inside of me. That's always surprising. And then actually going along with them, because I always want to put a certain of myself into a performance and then also what they see in the role. So being able to work together with him was fantastic. And that kind of blew me away, just different things that really expanded the role and made it more layered than just surface.
Are these experiences now really just increasing your passion for film and acting?
Totally.
Yeah. What drives you for acting?
Drives me for acting, it's my therapy. It's the only thing I understand. Math, I'll never get it. Science, just school in general is just like a whole social scene for me. But yeah, it's the only thing that really makes me feel. I feel like a lot of people say, oh, I need to do this and this, or karaoke, or I don't like drink or do any of that kind of stuff. And it's like, it's the only thing that really grounds me. I'm super passionate about it. I find people really interesting. And if I wasn't in acting, I would get involve myself in psychology in some sort of way, because the way the mind works, I'll never understand it. But being able to really portray those different difficult roles is such a joy.
What are some roles that you'd like to dive into? Characters.
Schizophrenic. I really find that interesting. And sadly, because of the way I look, sometimes people think, oh, she's so sweet, she could never play that type of a role, which sucks, because I really want to play somebody that's heavily into drugs, something that's so far away from me. Because a lot of the roles that are placed in front of actresses, and I'm sure we can all relate, now they're getting a little bit different. We have smarter roles being tossed our way. But usually it's just the cheerleader girl, the girlfriend, the ditzy girl, and I want to play something powerful, really, you can curse on the show, badass, and really also dive into the world of, people that have mental issues, because, it just interests me. It's cool.
Are there some badass female actors or roles that you look up to and have,
oh gosh, I always pronounce this wrong, so I don't want to say it. Ex machina. How do you really say that? No, but how do you really say ex machina? Ex machina.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, in her performance, she's just phenomenal. And yeah, I really want to play. It's so funny. It's like I want to play something like Angelina Jolie, just something really cool and dark and different. I always play these little, which I'm really happy, and I'm really very blessed to have given the work that I have, but I want to play something just total polar opposite.
Yeah. You'll get it. Just keep putting it out there,
Keep putting it out there.
Yeah. When did you first fall in love with acting? How'd this get started for you?
I was the shyest kid ever, so it's not going to be a story of, I always knew. I got thrown into dancing when I was about 3 years old. I barely could even introduce myself. I would close my eyes. And I think that's where I found a love for performing. Both of my parents are set decorators. So.
Wait, time out on that one, because Mom's here. I got to say, for The Young and the Restless?
That's my dad. That's my dad.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
For a minute?
Yeah.
But I did more sitcoms and episodic.
Okay, yeah, the bio said, or maybe his IMDb said Young and the Restless. I work for the Young and the Restless, so I was like,
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I do the promos for their show,
Funny.
the commercials. Yeah, so I was like, oh.
Oh, my dad, yeah, he's a set, and you did too.
Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah, my dad's been on that show for 30 years, so.
He's still there right now?
Just retired.
Oh, I was going to say, I have to go say hi tomorrow.
No. So, like, it's another conversation for another day, but okay, that's cool. That's really cool. But yeah, both of my parents are set decorators, and I think one random day I was actually sick. After that, I faked it. But one day I was sick, and I came to my mom's work, and I was getting craft service and just different stuff. I'm like, this is so cool. I really didn't know anything about acting. I didn't correlate, what I see on TV. This is what my parents do. I didn't understand it. And then I think it was my dad. I went to my dad's show, and I just sat back and I was watching the actors, and my dad talked to me about it and said, yeah, what you watch at home, this is what they're doing, and this is the job. And it just looks so interesting and so fun. And then I started fake being sick to go to my parents' work. And I don't know where it all really happened, but I think I just said, I want to do it. I'm really interested. And my parents said, okay, well, we're going to enroll you in acting. And I did. And then I got my agents, and that's pretty much how it all happened. That's awesome. Yeah. I think it was the dancing thing that really made me want to become an actor, because the whole performance. Oh, and then I auditioned to be the host at my 6th grade talent show, and I memorized my lines and everyone else's.
Wow, and everybody else is too.
I thought, this is so cool. Yeah, and I loved films, I liked in television, but I really liked Broadway shows. That was my thing. My first Broadway show I ever saw, besides Lion King, was Phantom of the Opera, and that blew me away. So the whole live Broadway really got me into.
Do you have a favorite?
I really liked Legally Blonde. That was so much fun. I thought just the soundtrack was incredible. But yeah, and Phantom's cool. I wasn't a big fan of the movie, but I really liked the off-Broadway show.
Would you want to do Broadway someday?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun. Yeah.
Great.
I think there's something very interesting that goes into, even like this, it's a live interview. I think it's very cool because every performance will be authentic. Whereas in the film and television world, you can do it so many times. Broadway, any theater, it's one shot.
Yeah, and that energy, right? Yeah.
And you do it every single day or weekend, whatever, and it's like you have to do the whole performance all the way through.
Well, let's talk about another passion of yours that also kind of makes you a tomgirl. Like you have a love for drumming. So So tell me about this passion.
I got into drumming when I was about 14 years old. There's this Italian restaurant that I loved going to with my family called Baroni's. Really good pizza. I'm vegan now, so I can't really go. But Baroni's, and it was in Sherman Oaks, right next door to Guitar Center. And my dad and I, we were early for a reservation one night, and we thought, let's go to Guitar Center. My dad's a guitarist. So we went there, and for some odd reason, I walked upstairs to go to the drum room, and I sat down, and I just remembered basic songs and different like little drum beats. So I just did the really basic rock beat, and my dad watched from afar and was astounded that I could just keep a beat. So for my Christmas present, he bought me a drum set and signed me up for lessons. And that's how it all started. And I started taking my lessons, and I loved it. Something about dancing, you're dancing to beats, you're moving. So I understood and I connected with it automatically. And I've been doing it ever since. And I just really love it. It's an escape. It's something that's different. It's something that I have control of. In the acting world, I don't. So with my drumming, it's very physical too. And it just feels good.
Yeah, I bet you get some release too from that.
I get so much release, and sorry, my headset's falling. I get so much release, and it's just such a cool hobby to have. I think you should always dive into different things rather than just focusing on one thing all the time.
Yeah, for sure. I
Helps
think
me.
it probably takes some of the focus off that when
Totally.
Yeah. And you've been in a band, but then you also had a role on Nickelodeon School of Rock.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I have a picture of you from that up there.
Aww, he's so cute. It was so funny. That was my love interest, actually, on the show.
Yeah, talk about your role briefly on that one.
That was cool. I mean, her name's Beth. She's a drummer. She's a little drama starter. She always has an issue with everything, especially her boyfriend, Sid. She always wants to be center of attention. So whenever she comes in, she's always squabbling. She's always having an issue with her boyfriend, which makes the whole rest of the cast question their romance. So we were kind of the two that would always go in and cause some commotion. But it was fun. I've never been able to play drums in an acting role. I hope it sort of breaks that stereotype, because there's so many badass female drummers out there. So many. I mean, check out YouTube. But the only thing that's really been seen in the world of cinema are men. So I just thought that was really cool and random.
Yeah.
Really fun.
There's your screenplay to write.
I know.
Work on that one. Write yourself in there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know that's something that's been tossed around a few times.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah, I definitely would watch that.
Oh.
Yeah. We also talk some fashion here, because TomGirls is like, girls also like fashion. So I pulled some pics from you from. We'll just have to kind of roll through these. But, like, yeah, you have some great. What's your kind of? And you can just kind of go through these, Juliet. But what's your like? Kind of, how would you describe your red carpet kind of fashion and your attitude?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have these two awesome stylists named Lisa and Tyler who know me inside and out, because before I even started working with them, they just kind of looked through my Instagram and saw random photos and they got my vibe. If you look at my closet, it's sort of like an 80s, 90s vibe. I really love the rocker look, but I also try to incorporate being feminine, because if I could, I'd probably wear boy clothes all the time. I just love big denim, wearing denim, just big, different stuff. Jewelry I'm really into. So I like to combine a lot of, I guess you could call it rocker chic. Type of vibe, which I believe my stylists do a really good job incorporating that. Because I'm not one to wear a really frilly dress, but they somehow, even that, I mean, it's like feminine, but at the same time, it's just so cool looking.
Yeah. They all have an edge, and like even, and that's what the whole TomGirl kind of thing is too. Like even today, you have like the denim, but it's also it's tighter and it's got cool patches and funky. Like there's just a, there's the tomboyish look, but then flared up to give it that girl attitude.
I wore it for
so
the
cute.
Ranger.
I love, so cute.
Thank you very much. I always like to buy something that's interesting. I'm not a big bag person, even shoes. I mean, I'm a boot person, but I love jackets. I just feel like fashion is just like the last art form. I feel like everything else has been done, so to say. So, and I always feel like I go to the mall and it's like all these things that were popular from back in the day, they're coming back. So it's always cool to like mix and match, and it's the only way you can really be yourself and be different.
I love jackets and boots too, and it's also because you can mix them with so many different things, and you can make so many different like attitudes and looks out of them and stuff. So they're fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. Good. Fashion's fun.
Yeah. All right, well, real quick, we're going to jump to each week here. We do a TomGirl of the week. So today I want to tell you guys about this girl that I follow on the Instagram. I'm hoping to get her on here soon. So this is at The Blonde Abroad, and you guys should all check her out. She just posts beautiful pictures like this one there, and she travels just all over the world posting really fun photos with female empowerment and also just cool places that all the time I'm like tagging. I'm like, okay, I need to go here. I need to go here. But the group with all the women there is also another site that she has called at TBA Escapes. And you can go to their website, tbaescapes.com, and you can join a waiting list. And this is called From the Beach to the Bush. She gets a group of, these girls all don't know each other. They just sign up and they're all want to take these photography classes. And so they do South Africa photography tours. Yeah, and people are just posting rave reviews about it. Like, they didn't know each other, but they just left having like such a good time and just seeing all these amazing things. And just seems like a great, fun group. So I wanted you guys to check her out. All right. So back to you. Check her out. Yeah.
Check her out.
Follow her. But back to you. So let's talk before we go. I know we don't have much time left. I want to talk about any upcoming projects. I hear you might have your own fashion line in the works.
Yeah. So that's something that's been in the works, and it's something that I hold really dear and close to my heart. I'm Panamanian, so I'll just give this out. It's called PRAER. PRAER. And the whole vibe of it is bright colors, really being able to express one's individuality. I feel like even myself and a lot of other people were just in a sea of wearing black all the time. And I think it's definitely different. I was very inspired by Panama and just different pictures. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's definitely something that embraces a culture that's never been seen before. I've had so many conversations with different travelers that have never even heard about, can I just say it? Sandblast, I asked her, the Sandblast Islands, and there's these Indians that live there, and just the type of work that they create just with what they wear amongst their tribe is just breathtaking. I'm astounded that it's never been done before. So when I realized it's never been done before, and I am Panamanian, I just felt, so close to it, and it feels innate, and I felt like I really needed to do it and really bring it and show the world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long do we have to all wait for this, or is it going to be still project in the works?
Well, I do have about 30 pieces, and they're all original, and a few of my friends, I have gifted it to them, but it's something that I'm in conversation about doing something I'm not terribly sure about, which would be going through a different company, doing mass production and, doing all this kind of stuff. But I hopefully within the next year, I have something that's out there because everything's ready to go. I just have to hold back and make sure that the time's right when I do push it out.
Well, it will be. Yeah, you'll know how to handle. How to handle that and go with your gut on that. Yeah,
it's all about timing. I feel like so.
And then lastly, what would you like to see for? Are there any upcoming projects we haven't talked about, or where people can follow you or get more information about you?
Totally. Well, I have a project that I can't talk about, but you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Is that even following? Add me on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat and Twitter, and it's all at Amanda Grace Benitez.
All right. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for taking your time to come in today.
Thank
I
you
really
for
appreciate
inviting
it.
me. It was fun. Thank you.
I look forward to the Ranger and the F It list all coming out.
Yes.
And guys, go watch All Cheerleaders Die for Halloween. You need to. Oh my God. Maybe, drinking game every time somebody dies. I don't know.
My friend played that. That's hilarious. Yes.
I bet your friend got pretty drunk after that movie.
Spoiler.
Just kidding. All right, guys. Thank you so much again. I was JJ Jurgens. Thank you for following me. You can follow the show, TomGirl TV. We'll be back again next week. See you then. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.